So another big issue everyone's been talking about, and I definitely wanted your input, is the whole Loso and PG situation. People feeling that he shouldn't. I definitely have my take on it, but I was wondering what is yours.
I don't feel like he needs to do a PG. He doesn't. They could do with him what they did with B Dot. You know, B Dot before his URL appearance, he's somebody who he had millions of views on Facebook. His bars would go viral. His battles did a significant amount of views. And when he finally did URL, you gotta think of the situation. He was on what was pretty much a West Coast Summer Madness card.
Yeah.
He was on the same card as Tay Rock and Disaster, T-Top and JC, Suge and Ill Will. You know, he was on the card with these guys. And even though it was labeled a PG battle, you know, it was a home game for him. You know, so you got the type of card that he's on. You got it being a home game, which means he's going to bring his own crowd, so they at least get to see him perform on one of the most respected rap leagues in the world. You know, so it was pretty much a win-win for him. You know, with all of those things involved in the situation, you could forget about the fact that it's going to be labeled a PG.
Yeah.
You know, for you to take a battle where you could literally go just right downstairs and battle, you know, and all your friends could see you and stuff like that. You know, that's a huge thing. So I feel like they have to do something similar for Loso. Let's say they do a URL event in the South somewhere, probably like in Florida or something. Have Loso as a surprise battle. You know, they could set up something nice for him where it'll be a PG battle, but it'll still be a battle that has some type of value to it.
Now, that is what he's saying. That's all he's saying. He's flat out saying, yo, you want me to do the PG? Cool, but why I can't open an Ascension or Born Legacy or some shit like that? Like, why he can't open one of those up? And I agree, especially when you just sat there and watched it happen with B Dot. Personally, I don't feel like he should do the shit at all. I feel like he brings enough to the table where he should be financially compensated for his performance.
I agree with that, you know, and when you look at the argument of, you know, people saying that Loso should do a PG, the battlers that are saying that he should do a PG are battlers that, when they came to URL, didn't have much to offer. They weren't bringing a certain entertainment factor, a certain view count, or anything like that to URL.
I agree.
So they have to take a PG because you're still in the process of proving yourself.
Yeah.
But when you have somebody like Loso, like, you got to look at the numbers. You got a lot of battles that's dropping on URL. They have a fan base of 750,000 subscribers. You have battles that are dropping on URL channel that aren't even cracking 100,000. But you have Loso on platforms that are significantly smaller than URL, and he's doing 150, 200,000 each battle.
Yeah.
You know, so that right there already says that when he comes to URL, he's going to do minimum 300,000 or 400,000.
And the way I feel about the situation is, why not capitalize on the fact that he's hot right now? And, and here's the thing. Me personally, I don't want to see him do it, and I think he can survive without the URL. And that's not dissing the URL. I'm saying if that man never touches a URL stage ever, I don't think his career is incomplete. I just don't. I think he's so versatile that he can go anywhere and everywhere, and his fan base is gonna go along with him. And
him and B Dot, they had 237. Him and J Murder, they did 72. Him and Bad News did 170.
I love that battle.
Him and DNA 170. Him and XL 164. Like, Loso does decent numbers.
I love that battle too. The XL. I think my first time seeing Loso was against XL, if I'm not mistaken. It was a bullpen event. On a stage. I don't know if they were like outside or in like some fucking dome or warehouse or some shit like that. Yeah, I remember that battle. That was the first time I ever saw a Loso battle.
Okay.
And then the first time that I said, what the fuck, was when he battled Bad News. That battle right there I want to say I've seen that battle 3 times. It might have been more.
Okay.
I love that battle.
Yeah, that's definitely a classic from last year.
Yeah, I love that battle, and I just feel like Loso can sustain a career outside of the URL.
Yeah,
and
he definitely can.
Then you got to think about it from the standpoint that we're talking about a Christian rapper. We're not talking about your average street rapper in terms of what their content is based off of. So I think for him to do what he's done, in the style that he's done it, you don't need anything else.
That's true.
Like, it's a want and it's a need. If you want to do it, who doesn't want to play in the NBA? I get the point.
Of course.
But at the same time, my man, you could do just fine for yourself outside of it. And it's not trying to take swipes at anybody, but let's just be real. All this has been mostly attached to Norbs. And I just feel like at this point, let's just be real here. Skill wise, you don't have, and this is my opinion, you don't have anybody up and coming, PG class or first year out the PGs, none who's fucking with Loso, my opinion. The only other person you could possibly have mentioned, and now he's already touched the stage, is B Dot, and they battled each other. Okay, so now looking at the controversy of the PGs in the last few years in general, a lot of people just feel really used by the process, and a lot of them, their footage has never come out. But yet, money is coming in. When they do these events, it's not a free event. You get charged.
Of course.
And I understand you still got to pay.
Charged more than what you should be charged for some of these names that's on these PG cards, but that's another story.
And I'm glad you said that, because that's where I was going next. Where I've seen the prices of some of these PGs, and I'm like, what the fuck? And my whole thing in general is these guys aren't being compensated. Fine, all right. You know, that's a choice they gotta make.
Yeah.
You know, and I can understand them going for their dreams. No problem. But I just feel like you're not even putting the footage out. So
that's the issue.
Yeah, that's a huge fucking issue. So what was the whole point? So now it seems like, and I'm not saying that this is what they're trying to do, but it seems like you lining your pockets. So I'm looking at it from a standpoint, and I'm not saying they're making a lot of money off of it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're getting money, these guys aren't. You're not even giving them the look that they're trying to go for, as far as at least putting it out on your platform. And now you sitting here and telling the guy who helps sell tickets and pay-per-views that he should come and do a free battle for you on a PG event that's going to bring you even more money. I would love to see what they would charge for a ticket if he came to do a PG. Am I bugging, Mercy?
Not at all. Not at all. They're definitely going to put a nice price stamp on that, because they know what he brings to the table. They know there's people that's going to pay whatever to come and see him perform.
Yeah, and I think that's fucked up. So for that, compensate that man, or do what he's saying. He's saying he'll do the free battle. He just wants to look. What's wrong with that? Unless,
and then you have other URL guys like Loso, like Ryder and Twerk, that are saying they'll take a PG battle to battle Loso.
Yeah, which is dope, and I respect those guys for saying that.
And the reason they're taking it, they're not just taking it just on some defend URL shit. They're taking it because they acknowledge the work that Twerk has put in. That Loso's put in.
Yeah.
So they're willing to step down to battle somebody of his caliber.
Yeah. Because
they realize that even outside URL, Loso is potentially an elite name.
I agree.
You know, so they know the work that he's putting in, so they're willing to do that for him.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And it just bothers me to see that. And it's like it's not going to hurt you in any fashion. In fact, if you put his name on a card and he's already on a regular card and he's already saying he'll do it for free, you still know you're adding on to your pay-per-view and ticket sales with him being on any card.
Exactly.
So I just don't see it, and that kind of shit just bothers me. You know what I'm saying?
This is a guy that does shows and talkings at certain schools and things of that nature, and he's packing the venues. He's bringing in 300-400 people.
Yeah.
You know, so he's gonna bring a certain amount of people to that door when it's time for him to battle. It's a certain amount of revenue he's gonna bring in. So I feel like he's somebody who should be catered to an extent. He's not going to just have like 2 or 3 of his homies buying the pay-per-view. No. Loso fuck around. It's going to be about 400 or 500 people that buy a pay-per-view based off of him.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. All right, man. One last question before I let you go. I think it's a thing. It's something that I'm happy to see when I go to these events and I see different league owners there supporting their events. In recent times, I've seen you, ARP, John, and it wasn't just when John, not just this last event. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I see that kind of stuff, I love it. I think there's always room for friendly competition within leagues.
Yeah.
But I feel like the unity is a bigger thing. So when I see like ARP saying some of the new rules that he's gonna implement into his contracts with his league,
yeah,
I look at it from a standpoint of, like I said, I'm happy to see you guys all together. I think that is just so dope, especially for the coaching, man. I just wanted your take on not only his rules that he's implementing, but how much do you think other leagues should back him on that and implement some of that in their business model?
I definitely agree with the new rules he's undergoing, because it ensures a safe environment for the battlers, for the fans, for the entourages and everything. It just creates an environment where everybody can go to an event and know that no bullshit is going to happen. The less people on the stage, it makes it easier to calm things down, because a fight breaks out, you got this guy trying to fight, this guy trying to fight, you trying to stop this guy, but then this guy goes around you and start fighting. So it's like, it just becomes a whole big thing. So, those type of rules, I see some people saying like, oh, it's going to ruin the field. Man, listen, that man has corporate venues that he's using to book his events. So you don't know what meetings had to take place between them and the venues, where in order to keep the venue, he might have had to change certain rules around and present different ideas that the venue will feel comfortable with, so they know they can continue doing business with him. Nothing's going to happen. So everything that he did, I definitely stand behind. I seen a few things that I said, yeah, I might start implementing this in my league and stuff like that. So it's definitely dope seeing a league owner come up with solutions from all angles for all the stuff that they have to deal with. And yeah, I would love to see every other league taking the same things into account, because now you're going to get safer events, you're going to get much better battles. So I think it's definitely something that works well for everybody, especially if everybody takes the time to implement certain things into their own league. Not everything is going to work for everybody, because there's certain things that, you want to keep certain fields when you're in a different environment. So like for somebody like the Trap, we can't say, your entourages can't be here, because we still have to keep that gritty feel with us.
Yeah.
We only do small studio battles anyway, so it's only so much. It's only so many places you can move people around to, try to create, a certain atmosphere. So for us, we have to keep certain things like that. But everything else, as far as like not getting paid until after your battle and things of that nature, those things could definitely be implemented in other leagues. Just to make sure everything runs smooth business wise.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, you already know how big of a battle rap fan I am. I personally only dream of a day that I could ever be a league owner, and I look at it this way, because like I've said in my other blogs, I've used to throw music events. I know how hard things can be behind the scenes, the shit that the fans not only don't know but don't give a fuck about, that you got to deal with. But I feel like the more tightened the ship can be, the better. And even more when you see a guy like ARP take that first step, and then I see you guys, the way your interactions are with my own eyes, and I just see that, and I'm just like, the support for an event is dope, but the support for structure is even more needed.
Of course, RBE. That's I pretty much consider that family. You know, my wife, I bring her to RBE events.
Yeah, salute to her. She be at, I see her there. I see her at the trap. She be into the battles, man. She not there just to be there, like.
Yeah. She actually is into that type of stuff. Like she likes she's a big fan of the real complex stuff. Like she likes the Losos, the Iron Solomons, the Disasters. You know, the people who are really having substance in their material. You know, she's a big fan of that stuff. So, you know, RBE, that's one league where you're gonna find a whole lot of substance.
Yeah.
So she loves, you know, being in that environment and, you know, watching those battles and everything like that. So
man, it's fire, man. It's fire. I always love it, man. I always say, man, I want to celebrate battle rap. There's enough fuckery to go around. But, you know, sometimes I just want to look past that and just look at not only celebrating accomplishments, but also just finding ways. I don't necessarily think they dislike each other, but it's almost like seeing a KOTD and URL. You know, the small. I think it was maybe one event or such, or maybe one battle that I saw organic on the fucking stage at a URL event. And and I thought that was fire. And it's like, you know, to again seeing you guys and then being able to turn around and say, you know, if the rest of the battle world backed what ARP said, you know, as far as the league owners are concerned, like, that will make a huge difference in the way things happen for the future. You know, and it will also make, because I ain't gonna lie, after what I was there and I seen with my own eyes, I have been hesitant to plan on going to another battle for a while. And it's like, it's whack, and I don't see that happening. I'm probably gonna be at, you know what I mean, at all them shits anyway that I can be at. But like at the moment, that's how I felt. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then I felt like that probably the next 2 days after the event, where I was like, yo, I think that's gonna be it for me for a little while. Not that I was never gonna go to an event again, but I just was like, you know, I think I'm gonna fall back for a little while. And then after that,
some people just don't want to be around the bullshit and the nonsense.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to be, especially if you're somebody that has to like, you might take time off to go to battles. You might, you know, have to rearrange things in your life to really just go to a battle event and enjoy yourself. You don't want to be surrounded by tense situations, shit that's, you know, getting violent and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, so you do have some people who are like, all right, I'm cool for that.
Yeah, but I also felt like ARP's approach made me feel a little bit different.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Like that approach, me feeling like, yo, the owner is literally gonna take steps. Because it's not to say that other owners haven't done it. I'm saying I've never seen an owner flat out jump on the camera and say, yo, point A to point B, this is what we doing, no ifs, ands, and buts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just taking a firm stance on everything.
Exactly. And again, I just think across the board that if all owners just took the lead on that, not to say they gotta do everything that he said, but even when he came out and said, hey, if you do some dumb shit on another platform, I'm not booking you here. You know, and then I seen URL tweet something out where they was like, oh nah, but goods is good here. Not saying he ain't, and I'm not saying that he probably wasn't already booked for something they had going on. I just think that it was kind of messed up for you to tweet that at the time instead of being a little more supportive, especially when you've had things happen at your event before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, that's why I was just like, you know what, man, I just would love to see the owners all stick together on that, and you know, and
there's also a political aspect of things like that. You referring to what they tweeted about the good situation, right?
yeah, because they said, oh nah, he good on this platform anytime, and I just
Well,
thought
see-
the timing was bad. Unless I'm thinking the only rational thing will be they already had him booked.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's what they had.
Because I feel like had it been anything else, because when Disaster punched Nav, they said Diz was banned from their platform.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me that they're seeing this and are not banning him. No, they probably have him booked already.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Mercy, for those who don't know at all, just let them know where they can find you at, man.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at No Mercy Harlem. No spaces, no funny lettering or nothing like that. Just straight No Mercy Harlem. You know, Twitter and Instagram. Also on Facebook. Facebook also is at No Mercy Harlem. You know, so find me on all these platforms. Now I'm around. Make sure you interacting. Catch me on YouTube. Got so many YouTube accounts. No Mercy, the director. Trap House New York. The Trap NY. For all the rap battles and everything. And make sure y'all pull up this Sunday, man. The Showdown 12. 788 Rogers Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 8 p.m., man. Sponsored by Click Vodka. We're going to have Click Vodka on deck. We got Dot back in the building. Got a whole bunch of dope battles on the card, so y'all definitely need to pull up and check us out.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like I've told everybody before, I've been to the events, man. It's always dope, and we're better than dope event, bars, and free liquor. So,
of course.
It's not much to complain about. Mercy, man, I appreciate you as always, man. You know,
anytime, man. Continue being genuine. Continue supporting the culture the way you have been. You're a real one, man. And there's not many people in this game I can say that about.
Yeah, much appreciated, man. I definitely appreciate that, man. I have a dope weekend and a dope event.
You do the same, man. I'll holler at you. Hopefully I see you on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm doing my best to be there. 9 out of 10, I'll be there.
Cool. So I'll see you there, man.
All right, homie, salute.
All right, man.